Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're cracking open the hidden software of human psychology. Since you're already interested in the invisible forces that drive our decisions, stuff like emotional control, mind games, and social influence, you are going to absolutely love this. We're diving into 12 hidden psychological tricks that will completely flip how you see yourself and, well, everyone else around you. Here's our roadmap for the explainer. We'll start with hacking your inner reality, then move on to mastering social influence, followed by diffusing conflict and tension, and finally, the truth about growth. Okay, part 1, hacking your inner reality, how your environment secretly controls your brain. Let's get right into it. So, are you really in control of your mood and focus? You probably like to think you're totally in the driver's seat, right? But the truth is, external inputs, like the music playing in the background right now, literally change what your physical eyes are seeing. It's wild. Think about this. In a study where people had to pick out faces in a crowd, listening to happy music made them way more likely to spot happy faces. But when sad music played, they instantly zeroed in on the sad ones. Your mental soundtrack is literally creating your reality in real time. There's actually a name for this. It's called perceptual expectations. Basically, it proves that what you hear is priming what your brain expects to see. So if you want to shift your perspective, start by changing the audio playing in your environment. It's a total game changer. Now here's another massive environmental hack, morning sunlight. Just getting out into natural light early in the day physically rewires your body's clock. It boosts your mood and is literally an established treatment for certain mood disorders. Want to instantly hack your baseline emotional state? Just step outside. Oh, and speaking of mind games we play in ourselves, let's talk about multitasking. It is mostly a complete myth. Unless one task is totally automatic, like walking, your brain can't actually handle two complex things at once. It's just frantically switching focus back and forth. So do yourself a favor, give one thing your absolute, undivided attention. Moving right along to part 2, mastering social influence, the hidden tricks of communication. If you really want to master social influence, you've got to use these invisible conversation tricks. First off, drop their name naturally into the chat. It instantly builds value. Second, ask a question and then just stay silent. Let the silence do the heavy lifting, and they will almost always open up. And third, play dumb. Ask them about their passion and let them play the expert. Remember this rule of thumb? When you talk, you're just repeating what you already know. But when you truly listen, that's when you actually learn something new. And ironically, being a fiercely curious listener leaves a way stronger impression than trying to sound like the smartest person in the room. And then we have the chameleon effect. This is a brilliant psychological tool where unconsciously mirroring someone's body language creates an almost instant deep connection. It's like a cheat code for getting people to really like and trust you. But you have to do this right. To mirror someone ethically, you want to match their overall tone and energy. If they're totally chill, you be chill. But whatever you do, do not copy their exact movements or exaggerate them. Actually, scratch that. Just don't make it obvious at all. Otherwise, it crosses the line from building connection straight into creepy manipulation territory. All right, part 3, diffusing conflict and tension, psychological cheat codes for high-stakes moments. Let's say you're dealing with absolute internal panic. Maybe you're driving to work right before a massive presentation. Try this. Sing out loud to your favorite song. I know it sounds silly, but it literally hijacks your brain's reward and emotional systems to crush that stress and bring you right back to baseline. Okay, but what if the tension involves other people? Picture this. You're out to eat with a group, and suddenly a really intense, heated argument breaks out right at the dinner table. How do you diffuse that kind of social bomb? Enter the snack man technique. It is brilliantly simple. You just offer or share some food, like sliding a bowl of chips or a piece of chocolate across the table. It creates this sudden, completely neutral focal point. It physically interrupts the rising tension, relaxes the vibe, and de-escalates the anger just long enough for everyone to cool off. Now, what about bypassing stubbornness? If someone is resisting you, totally drop the direct command. You want to present 2 controlled options instead. Instead of barking, "Go study right now," ask them, "Hey, do you want to start with math or English?" You're giving them the illusion of autonomy so they feel in control, while you are still completely guiding the outcome. Which brings us to part 4, the truth about growth, shattering the myths of self-improvement. I guarantee you've seen the Dunning-Kruger Effect in action.
It perfectly explains why the people who know the absolute least about a topic are usually the ones screaming their opinions the loudest. They literally lack the expertise to even realize how entirely wrong they are. It's a stark contrast, right? You've got the highly confident rookie who just doesn't know enough to spot their own blunders, and on the flip side, the humble expert. True expertise creates humility because the deeper you go, the more you realize just how massive the unknown actually is.
Now, if you are genuinely trying to rewrite your own habits, I need you to burn this number into your brain 66. Why 66? Because it totally destroys that old 21 days to build a habit myth. Hard research actually shows that 66 days is the true average time it takes for a new behavior to become automatic. It takes real patience and absolute consistency. So if you're feeling exhausted at week 3, do not quit. You're literally only halfway there. We talk a lot about dark psychology and mind games, but at the end of the day, the goal here isn't to manipulate people. The true goal is to pay close attention to the invisible forces around us so we can become profoundly better communicators and build genuine ethical connections. So I'll leave you with this as we wrap up today's explainer. Look really closely at the interactions you have today. Notice the music you're listening to, the silence you leave in a conversation, or the tension you suddenly know how to diffuse. Now that you can see the strings pulling behind the scenes, which hidden psychological force will you use to shape your reality today? Keep your eyes open, and thanks for learning with me.